unit itself can operate independently. What I'm going to do right now is to switch off the engine. As you can see from the display that I have on the dashboard here, it's supposed to keep the engine cool with the sub-engine running independently from the main engine.
As for businesses, the presence of cold chain logistics service providers can help them clinch deals. Aspect F&B is the franchise holder for Carl's Jr. restaurants in Singapore. They had to convince its business partners from the United States there are cold chain logistics companies here that meet international standards.
Before working with WNA 5 years back, CKE, which is our franchisor, they are very particular, in terms of us choosing who our logistics partner is going to be. So in fact, the entire team came down and we did a QA on their facilities and ensuring that everything is up to certain standards before, we start working with them. So it's not easy to get past that barrier, but WNA did it anyway.
Restaurant owners say the absence of cold chain logistics service providers would deeply impact their businesses.
Catastrophe. I cannot imagine that because it's very crucial because Singapore being a small country, we don't have natural resources. So most of our products, meat, our poultry, our meat, vegetables, they're all imported. So, being an American brand, we import products of a certain quality and it has to come chilled and frozen all the time. So without it, I would say we cannot operate at all.
But such a scenario is unlikely to happen, especially with the opening of Cool Port at Changi in November 2010. It costs 16.5 million Sing dollars and has 8,000 square meters, capable of handling 250,000 tons of perishable cargo annually. Cool Port at Changi has temperature zones ranging from -28 degrees to 19 degrees Celsius. And this is monitored round the clock 365 days a year.
We have got 18 multi-tiered cold room facilities, and each of these cold rooms has got temperature loggers, real-time temperature tracking. And this temperature tracking and monitoring is also connected with our cargo management system, what we call COSIS, and it gives instantaneous transparency to the entire cold chain handling from the time it leaves an origin station to the time it arrives at the destination.
It is the only dedicated cold room facility in the Asia-Pacific with airside access and is expected to strengthen Singapore's position as an air cargo hub.
And it's probably the first perishable handling center in this region which is halal certified. And it gives opportunities for exporters, for retailers to use it as a distribution center. And it will encourage new trade flows through Changi Airport.
We are committed to using technology to innovate our operations and processes to increase productivities and reduce costs. We're in the business of supplying ornamental fish, and it is extremely important that the fish are still alive when they are delivered to the client. This is why we use Singtel's track and trace solution, because delivery on time is literally a matter of life and death.
The shift in power is gathering pace. From the Middle Kingdom to the land of the rising sun. These are the powers determining Asia's future. Witness their politics. Understand their dynamics. And realize their influence on the one news bulletin dedicated to this region. East Asia Tonight, weekdays at these times on Channel News Asia.
Beauty. Ooh, very nice. Check. Traditional. I like it. Check. Now, according to a regional survey, Singapore women have been voted as ideal for marriage. Not true to some Singaporean men.
So true!
Oh. Battle of the Sexes on blogtv.sg. Tonight, at these times, the gloves are off.
over 45 years, Jurong Port has been making good moves in general cargo, bulk cargo, and containerized cargo. We are recognized as Asia Pacific's multi-purpose port of the year. Thinking of good moves? Jurong Port.
Keeping these shelves well stocked at all times is a big job entrusted to experienced logisticians like Hui Leng. She knows there is no room for error in her work. Because thousands of people can shop for their daily necessities only if she keeps up a constant flow of goods to stores.
The mission that we have is to ensure that the right product at the right quantity actually reach the store every day at the right timing so that, we can service our customers.
It is a responsibility well suited to Hui Leng. She is an accountant by training and profession until she took on a supply chain and logistics role some years ago.
A lot of people would think that logistics is something that is very manual, very different from accountant, which people are seen as a profession. But to me, after coming in contact with logistics, I find that logistics actually involves a lot of aspects. It includes accounting work as well to the certain extent that you have to look at figures, analyze it. So to me, I think that looking back again, if I have that opportunity, I will actually go into logistics again because my skill as an accountant in terms of analysis is actually being put into use as well.
She keeps the warehouse running like clockwork. This is the central point where suppliers bring in products stocked by stores. From here, goods are moved to racks that rise 10 meters above ground in order to maximize space usage. When stores order specific items, they are picked off the racks in the exact quantities required. At this warehouse, a more advanced pick-to-like system is used.
If you look at my colleague who is doing picking here, you realize that first this system allows him to be hands-free. He doesn't have to hold any paper pick list or any radio frequency equipment. Basically, both his hands are actually for him to pick up the stocks. So it helps him to pick much faster than a normal conventional system. The productivity can be 3 times as fast. Upon picking, he will press a button to confirm that he has picked the product. And this will actually be updated to our warehouse management system to update the inventory on hand real-time online.
A conveyor belt brings cartons that were picked to another section of the warehouse where they pass through a scanner.
This scanner system, basically comprises of 12 scanners scanning at 8 different directions. We need 12 scanners because the speed that the sorter is traveling at is at 7,200 cartons per hour. If you translate it into per second, you'll know that it is 2 cartons per second. So that's why we need to scan from a different directions to capture the carton barcode that is actually printed on the carton itself. By scanning the barcode, it will actually relate back to the product that this carton is containing. With that, it will actually match back to our warehouse management system and match it against the store which has ordered this particular product.
With this information, the sortation system automatically directs cartons to specific lanes that represent individual stores. All goods ordered by each outlet are consolidated here before being sent out for delivery. On receiving their orders, staff proceed to replenish stock, so their customers can always find whatever groceries they want whenever they need it.
The satisfaction that I get is that I know that when people need the goods, they will find it on the shelf at any time when they want it.
How most of these books reach the hands of consumers is a story in itself. They are among thousands of products from all over the world that sailed across oceans to reach Singapore. The country has unsurpassed sea connectivity. This has led many companies, including publishing firms, to ship goods via Singapore, the world's busiest transshipment hub.
BSA connects ourselves to 600 ports. We have very good network that brings cargo to Singapore itself. From then on, the shippers chooses the best service to reach Europe, to US, China and India itself. The more choices you have, the less buffer time you need to build for yourself from the time you manufacture. So that helps to have a low inventory and make sure that goods are shipped to the market when you want it.
That's why publishers choose Singapore as their regional shipping base. And the logistics of sending books to countries in the Asia-Pacific and beyond are concentrated here on our shores. Keppel Logistics is an integrated logistics company. They manage the regional distribution for a major international publisher.
We do handling for import all the shipments. Other than that, we do QC check. After that, we put into the storage. Then, we pick and pack the cargo and stand by for local distribution and also for export shipment.
The logistics work that goes into fulfilling book orders is faster and more cost-efficient with a customized conveyor belt system and bar-coded labels. They indicate the exact location of books and the quantity ordered by the customer. Scanners on a conveyor belt direct boxes to the location where the books ordered are stored. With information provided on the labels, staff can quickly collate the order and send cartons on the way to bookshops in 15 countries. But orders are sometimes returned. For example, customers may reject a book because it is damaged. On such occasions, staff step in to take care of what is called reverse logistics.
All the return cargo, they come back to our warehouse, and our people will actually sort the cargo accordingly. For the good condition, we have to put back to the shelving, and this actually have some saving for our clients.
Damaged books are set aside. Some are donated, while others could be headed for disposal. 30-year-old Martin enjoys the many facets of logistics work. He recently received a promotion and sees a good future for himself in this expanding field. The logistics sector attracted more than 1,200 skilled jobs in 2009, up from 50% in 2008. Like Martin, these students from Republic Polytechnic's Supply Chain Management course are keen to enter the industry. They are sure they have made the right choice after a fulfilling attachment with logistics company WLNA.
Firstly, I heard this call from parents and they actually encouraged me to take this because Singapore is a logistics hub. So I find, yes, this is a very interesting course. There's a lot of things that you can do after actually you graduated from the poly.
The future of the logistics industry is in their hands, and they have these heroes to look up to. These professionals in consumer logistics have dedicated their talents and skills to make our lives safer, more convenient and enjoyable.
A Moving Story was presented by Singapore Logistics Association and Jurong Port and supported by the following.